This episode of the What's Happening Delco podcast is sponsored by Delco Meets for Business. Check us out on Meetup at Delco Meets, the number 4 business, and attend one of our incredible networking events. Be sure to register, and we'll see you there. What's happening, Delco? I'm Rich Shane, and welcome to the What's Happening Delco podcast. Today I'm joined by Anne-Marie Casey and Ellen Fisher of YEA. Ladies, welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having us.
Okay, what is YEA?
YEA stands for the Young Entrepreneurs Academy. We are a nonprofit where we teach middle school and high school students how to start their own business or nonprofit in the space of a year.
How did all this get started?
Well, this is our 12th class, and it was started at the University of Rochester, where it was a class up there, and then that they started a nonprofit and started programs all over the country. A few years ago, one of the nonprofits that I was on a board of, they had been asked if they would like to bring a chapter to Pennsylvania, and they asked if I might like to run it. And I was like, oh, geez, I wish I had a program like this when I was in high school. So we started.
So talk more about what the Young Entrepreneur Academy is, what students can expect, how this all works.
So it is an application-based program for 6th to 12th graders. Anyone in the Philadelphia metro area can apply to the program. Typically, applications open in the end of April, early May, and interviews commence approximately right around when school starts. Once you are accepted, if you are accepted into the cohort, you are in the program for approximately 10 months. And so the first part of the program, you're learning business. So it's essentially a crash course into learning business planning, and at the same time, these bright, awesome students, 6th to 12th grade, are conceptualizing the business that they want to open. And it is a spectrum of businesses, especially now we've got some AI, these kids can create apps at the drop of a hat, websites, design, right down to pet services. So across the board, creation, imagination, all apply. So we're combining that business ethic and those business education with their creativity. When you come back from winter break, we start to go full throttle into developing those businesses. And then they are paired for 6 weeks with a local business owner as their mentor, which is huge. And they work through conceptualizing and putting together their business plan. They're also paired with a local graphic designer who volunteers to help them with their image branding and bring their business to life through logos and business cards. And the fun part is it all culminates into the investor pitch. So if you've ever seen Shark Tank, it is literally Shark Tank for high school kids. And local business owners support this program, which is also extremely unique, because right from myself and Ellen being business owners to the instructors, business owners, investors, it is truly supported by the business community. And the kids stand on stage for 3 minutes presenting their plan in the hopes that the investors will award them funds for their startup.
That all sounds really exciting and really fun and so educational and a foundation for what you give these students to move forward in the world, confidence and information and all these things. How many students apply every year, and how do you go about whittling it down to these are the students we're going to choose to move forward?
We usually have around 40 students that apply, and they're applying from, different interests. But I would say what it is really hard because you meet them all and they seem very driven. They have a lot of activities. We would love more applicants, but it is a big time commitment. So they really have to think through that and whether they're able to get to class because this is an in-person program. But when we're making the decision, it used to be in the beginning, you would look at these great grades and you'd say, oh, yeah, this person is the one with the best grades. And now it's really their story. A lot of young people already come to the interviews with a business running, some sort of business running. And it's that drive that we're looking for so that we can sort of massage that with great information and great mentors to help them be successful in whatever they choose to do.
You touched on some of these students are bringing AI to the forefront with what they're developing as their business. And a lot is being discussed about the new AI economy and the new AI industry that's creating entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs are going to be what leads us forward. Talk about that with some of these students and their ideas and how they're incorporating AI and really how that's becoming a foundation for the businesses they're creating.
So the wonderful thing about the program is we do not disclose what the kids are working on while they're working on it. So it all, if you want to learn more, you have to come to the investor pitch when they officially launch their businesses. So no one is allowed to really share. But I will say this to answer your question about AI. This is the first year since I've been involved in the program that we have really seen AI not just leapfrog to the front, but just like marathon it to the front of the line. What they are able to soak up and learn, I would say all the volunteers are learning along with them, and we're learning with them and from them. So the AI is a whole new frontier. And these kids are the ones that are going to drive that frontier and pull it together. But it is really fascinating to see how fast, but at the same time, how cautionary we are utilizing AI because AI can still be wrong. So it's definitely interesting seeing the utilization of AI come into play when it comes to this program. But the business basics don't change.
And one of the things I wanted to add to that is that we emphasize um, actually having human contact. So they're using all of this technology and we don't want them to rely on that because ultimately they're going to be buying products and services from humans, at least at this point. And so we are encouraging them to not think that they're going to text a question to a potential supplier, that they're going to maybe email, but actually, often a phone call is a lot faster to get the information that they need to move forward. And, you know, that's a human interaction that is still very much in play right now.
What comes to mind is a lot of this that you're offering through this is life skills and adaptation to it's coming up with an idea for a business. So now what? And having that mentor to help maybe overcome some barriers or provide answers to generate those life goals. That sounds so valuable and so important.
One of
Yeah.
our students, one of the parents from our first year, so this student uh, went on to college and to law school and is now using her business plan that she had from the Young Entrepreneurs Academy to actually teach inmates in prisons how to consider how to start a business when they get out of prison. So you never know where this stuff is going to end up, but the skills of how to figure out when something doesn't go right. I mean, failure is a beautiful thing when you understand that that's part of the process of success. And those skills, stay with them forever. And there's a lot of times when we talk about success, people will ask about successes and they'll think that we're talking about money and employees and whatever. And I'm often thinking of how somebody can't stand up and say their name and where they go to school in front of a group of, 14 peers, and then is selling their product in the bathroom during the investor panel. Because those skills, whatever they're learning in the class, that those social skills are moving them forward. Also, dealing with adults as peers, which happens a lot in our class because, as Anne Marie said beautifully, is that the mentors are often learning as much from the students as the students are learning from them.
You used a really bad F word in the podcast, and we didn't bleep you out, but we let it slide. Failure is such a great teacher. And it comes to mind, and I'm thinking students today are in such a highly competitive environment, and they're not allowed to have failures. They're not allowed to have flaws. They're not allowed to have missteps. But here, what happens is, and what it sounds like is, they're learning so much, and that's catapulting them further. And they're really learning that it's okay if you don't succeed at this level that you're expected to day in and day out in school, right?
Well, think about it's not a bad word. Failure. Any entrepreneur knows that your success is built on the failures. So I think that is what we are trying to allow these kids to embrace, is that all of us got to owning our businesses and where we are in our professional development by failing. And it's how you choose to embrace those failures, learn from those failures, and implement the failures to make it better. So, like in my own business, I had a client once say to me when they were filling out the questionnaire, he said it beautifully. He goes, for all of these questions that made me think about why I'm hiring you, there's a story behind, and it's got to be interesting. But that's what makes you good, right? So that is what entrepreneurs succeed at, is taking the failures and turning them into wins. So if we can give them that perspective through this program, then we've won. And it doesn't matter the dollar amount that they get from the investors on the pitch. It's a thrilling event, but that's going to serve them when they're 26, 34, 55. Embracing that and how to utilize that value is huge.
Okay, Anne Marie, you've teased it a couple times. This pitch, is this open to the public? Can people come and watch the interaction and seeing that Shark Tank experience live with these students?
Absolutely. The public is welcome to this event. Um, it's it's extremely thrilling to watch 6th to 12th graders stand on stage and pitch their products, but it's even more thrilling to watch them interact with a range of people. Like my daughter came last year for the first time, and she was 7 years old. And watching her interact with 6th graders and other business owners, because Ellen has this bingo that she was determined to win. But even at 7 years old, when she was there working on this bingo, which to her was a game, she's learning how to introduce herself. The students in the room are learning how to introduce themselves through this game. Through the program, these children are learning how Ellen capitalized earlier to integrate with adults and see them as peers. But the business community comes together along with parents and educators to pull this all together, and it's truly a thrilling event to see live.
What is the day? What is the time? When can people come? Where is it?
So the investor panel event is going to be April 22nd at Radnor Valley Country Club. The reception starts at 5:30. Typically, the investor pitch starts about 6.
Now, if people want to learn more about YEA and all that you do, how do they contact you?
YEAPhiladelphia.org. And we also have a social media, which is YEA Philadelphia.
With all that you do and the mentors that you bring in to work with the students, who mentors the both of you. Who motivates the both of you?
Actually, all of our volunteers mentor us a lot, but we
Me too.
would say that we are still engaged with the national organization. So they talk to us, and we work with other young entrepreneurs academies across the country.
Yeah, it's really interesting to see what other chapters are doing. And something that we haven't touched upon yet is the winner from the Philadelphia event goes on, because it is a national program, to compete at regional and national level as well. So this is grand for Philadelphia, but it is also bigger on a national scale.
And we have the most finalists in the country of any program. So we're considered a platinum program.
Kudos to you, the program, the mentors, and really the gifts that are brought to the students and what they give back through how they excel. Just an amazing event, amazing what you're doing, and can't wait till April 22nd. But you're out and about and you have a craving for a cheesesteak. Where are you stopping in Delco for a cheesesteak?
I like Old State Tavern because I live down the street and their cheesesteaks are fantastic.
In Havertown, Paisanos. That's our cheesesteak place.
You're heading to one of your YEA meetings where everybody's getting together and you're bringing pizza. Where are you grabbing pizza in Delco to bring to the event?
I'm a tomato pie person, so I like Tony Roni's or Carlino's.
I like Little Anthony's in media. We live in media, so I'm very, very media based.
This portion of the What's Happening Delco podcast is brought to us by Taft Treats. That's TAFF Treats. You can order some of their delectable freeze-dried goodies on their website and they'll ship them to you, tafttreats.com. And what they want to know is, what do you like on your pizza?
Extra cheese.
I'm embarrassed to say, probably when I was growing up, I only knew there were two types of pizza, plain or anchovies. So I'm used to anchovies.
Ellen, I am in the anchovy camp. I know it's something not everybody likes. To me, anchovies, it's like that pineapple or nah,
Right.
anchovies is where it's at. Now, it's been said that another convenience store company is moving into our community here. So if you had a convenience store need, where are you stopping? Wawa, Royal Farms, or Sheets?
Wawa.
Wawa.
How do you describe Delco to someone who's never been here before or has not heard of Delco before?
I'm not from Delco. I moved to Delco after I got married a man from Delco. And it is truly a bubble of Pennsylvania. That's the best way. The Delco bubble. It is so unique because it thrives on so many different cultures, areas. Like every area, every town has something beautiful that brings Delco to life, including the Delco slang, which I love.
And I'm from Delco. I actually live in the house I grew up in. So I'm really planted here. And I would say that it's a welcoming community, and I also that it's very real growing up. Um, when I was growing up in Havertown, we had no idea who had money, who didn't have money. We just did our stuff, whatever the stuff was. And it was a very nice way to have that experience.
This is great for the podcast. We have one case, Anne Marie Casey, for you, Delco by marriage, and Ellen Fisher, Delco born and bred. So we have both
By birth.
experiences represented here. If you had friends or family coming in from out of town and you wanted to give them to or take them to that Delco experience, where would you send them or where would you take them?
We could go to the park, the state park, which is phenomenal for outdoor. They have horseback riding for kids. I mean, media is such a family friendly town. And then you've got Ridley, which is great for bar crawls. I mean, what kind of experience? There's so much Delco has to offer.
Is there anything we haven't talked about today on the podcast? Anything you want more to listeners to know more about you or more about YEA?
For YEA, I would like people to realize, business owners and people that are really interested in mentoring young people, that there's a lot of opportunities to help us. We're also always looking, it takes a lot of money to run this program and offer it to students that have financial need as well. So we're always looking for donations, and we're looking for those children that are motivated to start their own business or to try something new. So looking for new applications all of the time.
Yeah, I think we also want to capitalize on the fact that this program is truly supported by the business community. Like it does not, and what's beautiful about it is there's also a network for the business community within the program. So while it is sole purpose is to educate and foster young entrepreneurs, there is a benefit for business owners not only to get involved for their for the good of giving back, but it's good for business. It's great for business. I love it.
A lot of our mentors actually do business with each other.
Yeah.
So it's a really nice community, a nice supportive community of each other and the students.
As Barry Harris sings, you both are Delco done right. This program and what it offers is such an amazing opportunity. And what you ask for, donations, participation, that is really the key to help move this forward and make it even more of a platinum group of what you do. So thank you for being a friend of What's Happening Delco. Thank you for your time. Anyway, ladies, have an awesome day. Thanks again for your time. And look, check this out. Go to the website, go to the social media, like, share, follow so you can keep up with all that's going on. Do the same thing for What's Happening Delco. And we look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, it's Rich. Thank you so much for being a listener to the What's Happening Delco podcast. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to learn more about the people and businesses in our community. I have been a real estate agent for over 25 years, working with first-time home buyers to last-time home sellers. As a listener of the podcast, my gift to you is a complimentary 1-year American Home Shield home warranty. This is for buyers and sellers that I help. If you're looking to move anywhere in the United States, I have you covered with an amazing network of real estate agents. I look forward to hearing from you. My direct line is 215-313-3777, or you can email me at rshaneremax@comcast.net. Oh, by the way, I am never too busy for any of your referrals.